What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this hot Wednesday. I'm doing pretty good myself. About a week ago, I did a video about Bishop Lamar Whitehead here. He's the bishop that was robbed of all of his gold while doing a live sermon one Sunday, where some robbers came in and just took all his chains. The gold chains that he was wearing, on the outside, as well as the ones that was tucked on the inside of his shirt. They just took everything, right in front of his congregation. All right. Well, guess what? The pastor, he's finna get something taken from him again. And what this story is saying here that comes out of the root is a pastor robbed of $1 million in jury sued for allegedly robbing congregants. Okay. So basically, there's a congregant in his congregation that feel like, they was robbed too from him. But look, can you really call it robbery? I mean, if you can look up and see that the church that you are attending and you putting your money in and the bishop or pastor is doing better than you are, driving a better looking car, a newer car, or living in a better home than you are, you understand? And you're not getting none out of it. And let's say, for example, if you needed money for your utilities, or maybe even on the verge of getting evicted, but you go to the church and ask the church for some money and they say, no, we can't help you. Well, and you continue to give this person money and all the rest of them are doing the same thing too. Can you really call it robbery? Okay. I got a word for it, and that's stupidity. Okay. But this is what's happening in a lot of these black Christian churches. And they're not really getting anything out of, what they're going to these churches for, as far as their money go, But let's get into this particular article right here. Like I said, this is Bishop Lamar Whitehead. Okay. When a story begins with a pastor, an armed robbery in the pulpit, and $1 million worth of ice is headed to bad places. So of course, it wasn't long before a little digging into the background of Reverend, robbery. What is all that? Ain't right. Robbery ain't right. Okay. Bishop Lamar Whitehead, Brooklyn's leader of Tomorrow's International Church, turned up a lawsuit claiming that $90,000 in retirement money from a member of his flock ended up in Whitehead's personal collection plate instead. $90,000. That's a lot of money. Okay. And still they talk about our communities and what, we failing in and what we don't have. But hey, it's going in a lot of these black churches right here. 501c3 black Christian churches. Okay. But to continue here, the lawsuit claims that Whitehead lured, saved, turned victim 56-year-old Pauline Anderson into a relationship of trust as she recovered from major surgery, then made off with her hard-earned nest egg. Adding another layer to the cake, Whitehead was also running for office to become Brooklyn borough president at the time. He lost. Okay? The lawsuit was filed last September in New York Supreme Court in Kings County. All right. So that's what it is. This dude, man, got a background, and I'm gonna tell you this: we can look for more information to come out about old Bishop Lamar Whitehead. Okay. Now to continue here, as a great rapper, thespian, and Brooklynite Yaslin Bey, Yaslin Bey once put it, this is how you get got. All right. By the way, that's Most Def. If you guys don't know who that is, that's his real name, Yasmin Bey. Okay. To continue here, Anderson says her son, Rashid, hooked up a prayer call with Whitehead in April of 2020. By July of that year, They were on the phone again, this time because Anderson wanted to buy a house. Whitehead, the lawsuit claims, counseled Anderson to raising her credit score and identifying a target property, all things a licensed realtor, various TikTokers, and Zillow might be more qualified to do than a preacher. Later that month, the Andersons' pastor made his move during a three-way call with Primerica, the financial institution where Pauline Anderson had her life savings. Okay? Yeah, see, these people are actually trusting these pastors and talk a little bit too much. Okay? Goes on to say here, on that call, Mr. Whitehead directed Miss Anderson, and the trans-American representative in moving $100,000 from her IRA into Miss Anderson's personal checking account. 15. Mr. Whitehead did this for the purpose of perpetrating the fraud and conversation that will be set forth in further details below. What was that fraud? Question. The lawsuit alleges that after Whitehead introduced Pauline Anderson to two different mortgage lenders who denied her because of her credit, he suggested she invest her cash in his eponymous company under a promise. He'll use to buy a house for her, make any repairs, and give back her change, if any. With that verbal agreement, because who needs such things in writing? Now, in this day and age, you got to get stuff in writing. Now, that was where she failed at on that particular, thing too. To continue, Anderson withdrew $90,000 from her checking account and in November 2020 and handed it over to the preacher, never asking for so much as a receipt. Y'all hear that? Anderson made a bad move doing this right here. This wasn't right at all. So I'll be surprised if she win her lawsuit. Okay, really. There's no paper trail or nothing. No receipts, no nothing. Okay, let's continue. It's at this point I'm forced to editorialize, not to make light of Anderson's alleged victimization, but to ask out of genuine curiosity when the red flags were going to start flying. That's what I'm saying. I'm adding, okay? New York is a city where most apartments rent for north of $3,000 per month. In Brooklyn, the median asking price for a house in Brooklyn is about $975,000. Okay, according to Street Easy, a website that tracks real estate markets. I gotta ask why the red flags weren't at full mass by the time someone promised to take $90,000 and turn it into a fully renovated house. Okay, with cash left to spare. End of rant. Okay. Yeah, she made a man. Wow, this dude. See, this is what happens when you trust a lot of these pastors, man. I'm telling you, trust these people and you put them up on God status, and that's not cool. Now in conclusion here, it goes on to say, after several months of Pauline without her money or a new house, Whitehead accidentally emailed her son a contract for the purchase of a palatial estate with an in-ground pool with a waterfall, outdoor fountains, hot tub, gym, and wine cellar, among other luxury amenities, okay, in wealthy Saddle River, New Jersey. The purchase price $4.4 million, and the lawsuit alleges Anderson $90,000 was used as the down payment. Okay, so see, this dude scammed this woman out of money to purchase this mansion. Because if it's got all of that in it, it's a mansion. Okay. The transaction never went through. Whitehead did follow through with at least one promise to provide Pauline Anderson with a single $100 monthly payment for living expenses in January 2021, according to the lawsuit. Okay. Wow, this dude is shady. And see, this is for even more reason why I believe that this robbery was set up. I really do believe that. This dude right here, man, this dude is shady. That's just what it is, dude. He got all kinds of little twists and turns and curves and every damn thing else going. You know, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised. Again, I'm saying if that we don't have more people come out of the woodwork and say that they were actually, fleeced out of money from this so-called bishop right here. But you guys tell me what you think about this particular story. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts, views, and opinions on it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And people, please remember to live your life as though we're being watched, simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.